The sky is not falling in Morgantown. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue. And if you haven't already, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do videos every single day. I don't do a ton of West Virginia videos, but I am a West Virginia fan, and this is going to be a West Virginia video. Just letting you know. So I'm getting a lot of panic from West Virginia fans because Drayshawn Miller, a great starting cornerback, and Tyke Smith, a great starting safety, have transferred. That was because of one of our defensive coaches leaving. That's fine. It happens. Calm down. West Virginia is still in a much better place as far as football is concerned than it was when Neil Brown arrived in Morgantown. He's got West Virginia going in the right direction. So I'm here to calm everybody down. Now, I'm going to talk about the big hits first. This is what everybody's focusing on. What we lost. Of course, safety, Tyke Smith, quarterback, Drayshawn Miller. We also lost backup running back Alex Sinkfield. He transferred to Boston College. Yes, we lost some people, but we're going to be fine. We also have some big gets. People forget about that. They focus on what we lost, not what we're getting. Transfer from Virginia Tech, offensive lineman Doug Nestor, a 4-star offensive lineman. This is where Neil Brown is excelling at right now at West Virginia. We also got a linebacker from Penn State, Lance Dixon, 4-star recruit. Great pickup for West Virginia. And don't forget about safety Scotty Young from Arizona and offensive lineman Jaquay Hubert from Virginia. They didn't get to play much last year, but people forgot about their names. They're going to have a big impact for West Virginia this year. Keep an eye out for those names. So let's look at who West Virginia does have coming back. Well, I want to talk about the defense first because that's what everybody's worried about. I actually think we're going to be fine. Maybe not as good as last year, but last year was an amazing defense. A small step back from that isn't all that bad. Defensive line, I think, might be our streak on defense this year. We got Dante Steele's coming back. Darius is gone. We get that, but Dante's coming back. Along with Taj Austin, Hakeem Mesidor. He was a great breakout star last year. Jordan Jefferson, Jeffrey Puller Jr., that dude exploded onto the scene. He'll be back. And Jalen Thornton. Our defensive line is going to be great. They're skilled, athletic, and great depth. Our linebacking core, I think it's looking great too. Vendarius Cohen, he's coming back. He was a great linebacker last year for West Virginia. Jared Burtlett, Scotty Young, remember the transfer from Arizona. He's going to be great. X-Ray Lowe, he was getting better and better throughout the year. I think he makes a major impact this year. And don't forget about Josh Chandler-Semedo. Great linebacker as well. The secondary everybody's worried about. For me, I think the safety position is going to be just fine. We still have Sean Mahone, Noah Guzman, Alonzo Aday. That's a big name right there. Keep your eye out for him. Great year last year. Even better year this year. I can see it coming. It's the cornerback position I'm just a little worried about. We do have Jackie Matthews, Nick Troy Fortune, and Darryl Portal coming back, but just not a lot of depth there. But offensively, we're going to be much, much better this year. I'm telling you, depth, skill, everything. It starts with the offensive line, guys. I am excited for the offensive line. Check this out. Brandon Yates, he's probably going to be the starter, and then Wyatt Millam, the 4, but in my opinion, 5-star recruit out of the great state of West Virginia. He might end up being the starter, but that's going to be a battle there at left tackle. I think that's going to be a great battle. Then at left guard, James Miter and Jaquay Hubbard, the transfer from Virginia. I think Hubbard will eventually win the starting position. Center, we have trustworthy Zach Frazier and Nick Mahone. Right guard, Parker Moore and Jordan White. That's going to be a great battle for the starting position. Then the right tackle. Another strength for this offensive line, Doug Nestor, the transfer from Virginia Tech, 4-star recruit. I think he's going to be the starter. I really do. But right behind him will be John Hughes. So great depth. We're going to have fresh legs in with skill, experience all the time. Our offensive line might be the best in the Big 12. in 2021. Now we take a look at the skill positions for offense. For our tight ends, we have two different types of tight ends. We have one that catches the ball better and one that will block better. So one will be used in the passing game and one will be used in the running game. Mike O'Loughlin, he's the tight end that's going to be used for the catching game. He catches the ball a little bit more. TJ Banks, he's the better blocker, so look for him to be on the line whenever we're running the ball. Or maybe we're going to disguise and make it look like we're going to run the ball, and really it's going to be a passing set. You never know what Neil Brown's going to do. West Virginia is loaded and very deep at wide receiver. Bryce Ford Wheaton, he'll be back. He had a little bit of a down year in 2020, but it was a COVID year. I think he'll be back to 2019 form. Winston Wright, he'll be back. Great receiver. He might be the leader of this entire group. Sam James hit a bump in the road last year. For some reason, it got in his head and he started dropping balls. If he can get those sure hands back, he'll be a deep ball threat as well. And if he gets his confidence back, he could actually end up being the leader of the wide receiver core. Sean Ryan, he is the first down getter specialist. If we need a first down, he's the go-to guy. And don't forget about Caden Prather, the 4-star recruit. He will be in the mix to get that starting position at wide receiver. Then we have Reese Smith and Sam Brown, big up-and-comers. I think wide receivers were going to be solid, but I think the running game is where we're going to be special at this year. Letty Brown, he'll be back. He had 1,000 yards in 10 games, over 1,000 yards in 10 games. That's crazy. I predicted he would get over 800. My prediction for 2021, he will get over 1,300 rushing yards. Maybe kind of sort of be in the Heisman talk, but he won't get invited, but he's going to have a great year. Mark it down. And behind him, Avarius Sparrow. This guy is underrated, and with Alex Sinkfield transferring, he's probably going to be the second string, so watch out for that name right there. And behind him, Tony Mathis and 4-star recruit Jalen Anderson. He is going to be an up-and-comer. Look for him to be a big name in 2022. Then there's a three-way quarterback battle. I think just from starting experience and pretty good skill, I think Garrett Daggy will win the starting position, but Garrett Green brings a whole different set of skill sets to the table. He's a dual threat quarterback, and he'll make the defense worried if he's going to tuck the ball and run it. Great dual threat quarterback. By the end of the season, we might be looking at Garrett Green as the starting quarterback, but don't forget about Will Crowder. He's not a dual threat. He's kind of like Jarrett Daggy, but he is an exciting quarterback to watch. Very strong arm, very accurate. He's going to be in the mix as well. That's going to be a wide open quarterback battle. My guess is Jarrett Daggy is going to be starter, but that's just an educated guess. I'm not even sure on that. So I hope if you're a West Virginia fan, after watching this video, you calm down. You're focusing on the names that we have lost on defense. Defense will take a step backwards. I'm not going to lie, they will. We had the #1 defense overall, total defense, at one point last year in 2020. So a small step backwards isn't all that bad. It's our offense that's going to take a big step forward. It'll make up for that. Keep your eyes out for my season predictions in the near future. West Virginia is going to take yet another step forward in 2021 under head coach Neil Brown. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.